And welcome back, everybody. Okay, so next subject, Bill Maher. Let's talk about Bill Maher. Because I think he's to the right of actually Joe Rogan at this point. Like, he's very much a neoliberal at the best. Definitely not a moderate. Obsessed. This is why I'm done with Bill Maher. I've been listening to Bill Maher since I was a Republican in the late 90s. I used to love watching it. I think it was Friday night on ABC, Politically Incorrect, every week, even because I enjoyed the way he thought about things. And that continued for a long time. And then I became liberal, and I actually agreed with him. And then I moved past Bill Maher, and he's getting more conservative. He's obsessed about the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. When you talk about SJWs, the woke nonsense, that's what some of it is. Some of it is nonsense. Some of it needs to happen. The Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, those things matter. But the rest of it's just garbage to get you to click and be outraged. That's it. Click on this, be mad, and make us money. That's it. But he's taking it to such an extreme, and you can see it in last week's, not this last Friday, but the Friday before, on his show. And let's get into it.
So let's go right to your book, because it fits in with what we were just saying, because your book is about how somehow the left, you are saying, and I've certainly heard it before, I may have said it myself before, they're the ones who seem to have the stick up their ass now. How did that happen?
That's really the question that I begin with, this mystery, because finding corrupting influences.
The reason he has him on his show is he wrote a whole book on wokeness that he's trying to sell. He's going to sell to a lot of conservatives. He's a conservative. It's not rocket science what's going on here. This is the problem with the liberals. I will tell you, the extreme liberals are out of their goddamn mind. I'm a progressive. I don't really see myself with those people. Some of their changes are fine. Better for society. They attack jokes all the time as if they're statements. I'm not for that. But these people are obsessed with this woke stuff. Just like my parents. Can you believe they got rid of Dr. Seuss? How did they get... The company made a decision and decided they didn't want to risk losing money because they didn't want these books that have racist shit in them out there. So it's better just cut their losses and make money on Cat and Hat. It's very easy. If you're a capitalist, you understand this. So I'll keep going.
As an innocent cultural affair was a right-wing thing. For most of our adult lives, all of a sudden we're treated to moral crusades from the left, and you're probably familiar with a lot of the arguments.
You mean like the gay
anecdotes.
Teletubbies?
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was Jerry Falwell, I believe, and the purple Teletubby was gay because it had a triangle on its head. It was fucking weird, and you got to wonder how much that guy thinks about being gay, if he's like looking at Teletubbies going, "Oh my God, look at that! It's purple and a triangle. It must be gay." Anything less scary than a purple Teletubby?
Remember when, who was it, Jerry
They were freaky.
Falwell? The
Yeah,
purple
Falwell.
Teletubby was gay.
Yeah, that could
Right.
that'll
Yeah.
corrupt you, corrupt your children, degrade
Right.
society, and the left.
We're hearing some more echoes of that today with
right.
Disney.
I mean,
to be
those
clear.
people are still out there.
They are. The right,
Right,
are cultural
right.
revanchists. All of a sudden, the left, which emphasized self-gratification, even hedonism, is somehow now decided that they have to emphasize their own moral code, a competing moral code, and re-moralize society.
Oh, no.
You're familiar with all these anecdotes. And
Most left don't. The loudest on the left, like probably less than 5% of people who consider themselves left-wing, are this way. Okay, the state of Washington and Oregon. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you the state of Washington and Oregon. But for the most part, no one gives a shit. And if you ignore... I'll get to that in a minute. I'll let him
rather
finish.
than survey the landscape of crazy and say, this is all crazy, this applies a moral framework to it to try to tease out the puritanical strains that produced progressivism in mainline Protestant New England and has produced progressivism today that hates idleness. That which isn't contributing to the progressive project, even in innocent cultural stuff, is detracting from that project.
The loud ones. Not most of us. The loud ones. Why are you listening to the loudest idiot in the room? Why? Just like we shouldn't listen to Jerry Falwell. We all had a good laugh at that, right? Because he's a fucking idiot. When you're a fucking idiot, we don't listen to you. We go, look at that dipshit with the purple Teletubbies over there. What a moron. And anyone who believes in what he's saying is goddamn out of their mind. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. On the left wing, same thing. I doubt you should not assume my gender. All right, chill out, man. I didn't know. Sorry about that. What gender do you like to go by? That's just take all the wind out of their sails. That's all you got to do. Not double down and be like, well, I only see 2 genders. Fucking idiot. Well, do you believe in transgender? That's technically different than cisgender, right? So you believe in at least 4 genders if you believe in gender.
Okay, so you're saying if we're not helping, we're hurting? That's
generally the outlook. There's virtues to this. A lot of this is virtuous conduct. If you're a conservative, for example, watching progressives rediscover the idea that when you're in a room with men and women who are single and it's bathed in alcohol, socially destabilizing things can happen. This is a value that conservatives have understood since time immemorial. That was not a progressive left-wing value.
That no one on the left wing, trust me, tons of my friends get hammered and go hook up with people that are on the left. He's looking at such a microcosm of society. That's just who Bill Maher is choosing to have on his show. This asshole. Who's a conservative?
Social revolution during the 90s, even the early 2000s.
It is now?
It is today, increasingly.
I don't know. We just had a vice president who could be alone in a room with a woman without his wife named Mother.
That's what I thought. Right.
I don't know.
So you start to think, oh, maybe Bill will see it correctly. Maybe he's not completely lost his mind.
I take your point. I don't want to be scolded by left or right, but
I'm
still much more worried about, original recipe Puritans than left-wing Puritans.
Right.
Particularly,
I'm not.
Particularly the ones who have power.
And Bill just interrupts her. No, there's actually real issues out here with conservatives that have power. These guys are assholes with signs, marching around, pretending they're doing something, tweeting all day. Those people don't do shit for society. Sorry, if you're one of those people, know this. You're not doing anything. You're doing nothing. You're wasting your time congratulating yourself for being this upstanding person. How about vote? Run for something. Volunteer for a politician you believe in. My dad went over that today. He's like, well, if you really... And I'm like, I don't believe in any of these politicians. And the ones I do believe in, I donate to. And even that's not the greatest way to do things. But I don't know what to do when I hate both parties. What am I supposed to do? I hold my nose like this, and I go, oh, fucking God damn it. I guess I'm going Democrat. God damn it. I liked when I was in Washington, I could vote third party because my vote did not matter. If you know anything about the Electoral College, your vote does not matter unless you're in a swing state. So anyway, we'll keep going. Because he just interrupted her for no reason.
Actually, I'm not, because those people
Sorry
never
for the
affected
Alexa.
my life. I didn't care about the gay Teletubby. When
It didn't
Jerry
affect his
Falwell
life.
attacked it. I'm not into the
I'm sorry,
Teletubbies.
who controls the Supreme Court right now?
I want to see the Jamie Foxx movie.
The fuck did he get in the plot? I want to see the Jamie Foxx movie. In case you don't know, Jamie Foxx made a movie in 2016 with Robert Downey Jr. Jamie Foxx was supposed to play a white racist cop. Robert Downey Jr. was supposed to play a Mexican. Everyone's race swapping, and that was the idea, and everyone's a stereotype, and it was a comedy. It was Jamie Foxx's first directorial debut, and him, along with the studio, decided. Jamie Foxx also decided, you know what, maybe we shouldn't put out this movie. I don't think it'll do well. That was a capitalist decision. I mean, they could have put it out. I'm sure I would have liked it. Jamie Foxx is a comedic genius. He's a genius in just general. His Donald Trump is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen his impression of Donald Trump, spot on. And not only that, with the manner, like the, excuse me. I'm doing it terrible, I know. But Jamie Foxx nails it. She brings up the Supreme Court that really matters, and he goes, I want to see the Jamie Foxx. I didn't get to see a movie. It only gets worse from here.
It should. It affects my life. Jamie Foxx is great. It's about time he got a director's job, make his own movie. He finally did. It's with Robert Downey. He's great, too. I'm sure this movie is fucking awesome. It's fun.
What's more important? The Supreme Court or a movie. On one hand, you have people who can fuck up everyone's lives. Call it legal precedent. Abortion. Sorry, I had a fetus stuck in my throat. I'm sorry about that. Oh, my God. Oh, abortion. Oh, yeah. Or you have entertainment that you fucking just zone out on a story. That's a comedy. A comedy. I'll repeat that. Supreme Court or comedy. I'm a comedian, kind of. Haven't been to open mics. About to start once I have a job so I can have my nights free again. But even me, a comedian who loves comedy, will say that the Supreme Court might be a little more important. Just a little. I mean, I'm not. Listen, everyone has their priorities. On one hand, some people like movies, and on the other hand, you have a governmental system structurally insulated, like the Supreme Court, who can't be fired, who can make laws, or, you know, they're already looking at overturning gay laws or gay marriage laws. They're looking at getting rid of other labor laws that protect unions and your right to work, like things like overtime. But there is, guys, Jamie Foxx directed a movie. He did. Guys, don't you see how much more your life could be if you just saw the Jamie Foxx movie? You know, like, I mean, I'm just saying. So let's see what Bill also has to say.
And because a small group of people, it's your opinion. You think, I heard someone in TMZ.
By the way, no one stopped them from playing the movie. That's not what happened. They decided not to release the movie. Oh, small style win playing for Bill Maher. Oh, poor Billy Willie.
Well, the movie looks bad. It doesn't. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, but
it's not just any movie. It's a great movie. He hasn't seen it yet, so he doesn't really know that. Oh, man, you know what? It's a great movie coming out. You know what's going to be so good? Motherfucker, the movie. Oh, my God, it is? It's supposed to be really good. I don't know, but, I mean, I like the word motherfucker.
Your opinion control what I see.
I agree, but
How about your opinion controlling what women do with their, 50% of the population?
Concern is that this is much more widespread. You know, who's taking the books out of the libraries right now?
Conservatives.
Who's taking out Tommy's Two Mommies and the Diary of Anne Frank?
Conservatives. That's not too
Mockingbird, who's taking out the K. I mean, this is a bipartisan phenomenon now where it wasn't before. And to BJ's point, which is very relevant, is there's an element of condescension here. Who has power in the commanding heights of culture? It's not the right. It is the left. And it's they who have a condescending view of their audiences.
Who has the majority of the Supreme Court who can actually exert this power?
The Supreme Court doesn't make movies.
Okay, but
that is a good point. The Supreme Court doesn't make. I don't think Clarence Thomas is once. To be fair to this guy's point, I don't think Justice Sotomayor ever made a movie. RBG. I mean, Brett Kavanaugh was definitely too drunk to make a movie. Let's be honest. Like, he's definitely too drunk on beer that he loves to make a movie. Amy Coney Barrett is way Judge Alito. Like, I don't know one movie that any of them have made. Let's see. Okay, let's. Now that I think about it, Hollywood is more important than the Supreme Court because they do make movies. Make lots. You got Netflix, you got HBO Max, you got Warner Brothers. They aborted a movie called Batgirl. So they're very pro-choice on movies. I mean, I got to give the Supreme Court definitely a great court, but Supreme Court doesn't make movies. I mean, Hollywood wins that for sure.
Orwell had it a little wrong. It's not the government that's Big Brother. It's social media.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Supreme.
Social media. How old does he sound? I mean, he definitely looks his age, and he definitely sounds his age. He definitely fucks 20-year-olds. So, I mean, I don't know what to do with Bill. Like, that's just...
The Supreme Court has, yes, of course, certain powers. I mean,
well,
obviously...
they're restricting people from having sex right now, effectively.
Well, they're restricting abortion. I don't...
Abortion, yeah. I mean, that thing versus a movie. A woman's right to choose is definitely... I mean... Okay, let's put it this way. If it's The Room, probably less important than abortion. But a Jamie Foxx movie directed by Jamie Foxx? Sorry, ladies. I mean, you got to have priorities according to Bill Maher. According to Bill Maher, your priorities need to be by the movie. Let's say any movie below 6 stars, you're definitely more important. But over 6 stars, I mean, that's debatable. I mean, there's some great 6-star movies on IMDb, like, or let's use Rotten Tomatoes, right? Are women more important than everything? Everything Everywhere All at Once it has a protagonist and an antagonist who are both women. So like, obviously I'm pro-choice. I just want to get that out there in case anyone wants to. This could be cut up very poorly for me if you don't understand sarcasm. So, okay, let's keep going with this dipshit's take on the Supreme Court versus movies.
Sex quite yet.
I mean, states are going to carry that through to restricting contraception.
Contraception, yep.
Well,
forgot about that.
We hope not. Possibly, yes.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, but hopefully, we get the Jamie Foxx movie. I mean, that's... just hard decisions all around.
All sorts of nuts who want to do all sorts of things. Let's stick to what's really happening. We have taken away abortion rights. That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
But, again, it doesn't affect my life.
Abortion doesn't affect him. He is correct. He can't get an abortion because he's a male. Pronouns he, him. And there are only 4 pronouns, he, him, and she, her. They, them, get the fuck out of here. Fucking Bill.
I ain't getting anybody pregnant.
Well, I don't want to de-emphasize that. I mean, that does affect millions of people's lives.
Even the conservative goes, whoa, okay, hold on, Bill. Maybe this issue's more important than a movie. This much chance. When the conservative jumps in and goes, dude, come on, man. You got to kind of question what you're saying.
Yes, it does, and it's wrong. But we're talking about a specific thing. Why can't we just... Why do we always have to go to the what about them? Yes,
It's not a what about them. It's what's more important. And just going, well, this is a little more important than Hollywood making a few million off Jamie Foxx.
Admitted in the first minute here, there are still the Teletubby people out there. But this is a whole separate thing that's real and going on. There was an Axios poll this week, self-silencing is what they're calling it now, that most Americans are self-silencing.
People have been like that for years. This isn't a new thing. This is a new made-up thing by the media to get clicks. And just like we'll get into quiet quitting, I'm going to end on that. Quiet quitting is oh my God, we'll get into it in a minute on a different segment. But yeah, this is insanity.
Here's one example.
Here's an example, guys.
44% of Democrats publicly say that CEOs should get involved with making stands with their company about social issues. Only 11% privately. I don't know how they got that because it's private, but that's what they printed.
That's a good point. It was private.
Okay, this kind of gap is not good for a country where there's this quiet resentment brewing. And you're right, there's probably more important things going on the right that are actually scarier, but emotionally, these kind of things affect us. It's obnoxious to be told what you can see and think.
I think the poll is disturbing, but we don't actually know that people are self-censoring more today than they were in the past. I mean, that's always been the case, that people have their inner monologue and their outer monologue.
Well, people do vote with their...
That has always been the case. You can say shit at work and get fired. Sometimes you got to keep those thoughts right here and not bleh. Probably what Bill Maher should have done. But guys, I don't want to, we'll end this segment with this. I got a very special PSA for you, and I hope you enjoy.
I'm Sarah McLaughlin. Today I come with even more tragic news than the puppies you normally see me with trying to raise money. Today, meet my friend Bill Maher. Tragically and unexpectedly, he learned that the Jamie Foxx movie he was so looking forward to has been canceled due to some unjust party poopers.
But I'm still much more worried about, original recipe Puritans than left-wing Puritans, particularly the ones who have power.
I'm not, because those people never affected my life. I didn't care about the gay Teletubby when Jerry Falwell attacked it. I'm not into the Teletubbies.
Sorry, who controls the Supreme Court right now?
I want to see the Jamie Foxx movie. That affects my life. Jamie Foxx is great. It's about time he got a director's job to make his own movie. He finally did. It's with Robert Downey. He's great too. I'm sure this movie is fucking awesome. It's funny. And because a small group of people, it's your opinion. You think, I heard someone in TMZ say, well, the movie looks bad. It doesn't. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, but there...
How tragic is that? Poor Bill here just wants to see a movie that he was so looking forward to and is so upset that apparently all other issues don't seem to matter.
But my concern is that this is much more widespread. Who's taking the books out of the libraries right now? Who's taking out Tommy's Two Mommies and the Diary of Anne Frank?
I don't go to the library.
Kill a Mockingbird here. Who has power in the commanding heights of culture? It's not the right. It is the left. And it's they who have a condescending view of their audiences.
Who has the majority of the Supreme Court who can actually exert this power?
The Supreme Court doesn't make movies.
Okay, but the Supreme, Orwell had it a little wrong. It's not the government that's Big Brother. It's social media.
The states are going to carry that through to restricting contraception access.
Well, we hope not. Possibly, yes. There's all sorts of nuts who want to do all sorts of things. Let's stick to what's really happening. We have taken away abortion rights. That's right. Okay. But, again, doesn't affect my life.
But there is something you can do. Right now, go to change.org and sign this petition. With your support and a little luck, we can make one old man happy. So go to the link in the description and help old Bill Maher fulfill one final wish before he goes over the Rainbow Bridge. Stop humping my leg, Bill.
Thank you for watching or listening to Empty Thoughts with Michael Timon. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment below. And if you like it, share it. Or you can catch me on all these other, things. I don't do TikTok. Sorry. Don't do TikTok. But any of these, you can find me at. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching or listening to Empty Thoughts with Michael Timon. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment below. And if you like it, share it. Or you can catch me on all these other, things. I don't do TikTok. Sorry. Don't do TikTok. But any of these, you can find me at. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time.